I'm Jennifer Sanasie, you're watching News 24 Live. I'm joined in studio by David Jacobs, the Cape Town branch manager of Stop Hunger Now South Africa, and Abigail Donnelly, the editor from Eat Out. Hello.
Hi, Jennifer.
Now, we don't often have two people from these two organizations on the couch, so why don't you tell us what you're working on?
Okay, well, we've really thrilled towards the end of last year at the Eat Out Mercedes-Benz Restaurant Awards in November. We announced our association with Stop Hunger Now, which is an amazing initiative, which I'm sure they will take you through it. But it's amazing that our online community have supported us as well in this initiative. And really what it's all about is that through the website with eatout.co.za, is that if you review a restaurant, we will pledge a meal to feed a pre-primary school child, which is amazing for Eat Out, as you know, as we are the kind of real credible restaurant guide, and you know that we have the support of our online community in this very holistical kind of approach.
It's really great. I mean, ever since the announcement, there has been that huge support there, and it is really something that I think we need in South Africa.
Yeah, it's been a real goal of mine as well, through, you know, working many years in Eat Out. And, you know, when we really kind of set and said, this is the year that we want to do it, and we obviously saw quite a few different kind of initiatives, but the team, when we presented what's the philosophy of Stop Hunger Now SA, we really all, it was like a no-brainer. We always like, we all want to get involved. We want to see the children, we want to feed them, you know, we didn't want to just put it on a level where it was just the website. We really want to go further. So it was a start with the website, and we'll just hopefully, build up as much as we can do.
That's great. David, why don't you introduce us to Stop Hunger Now and tell us about what you do?
Before that, I'd just like to say a big thanks to Eat Out and to the Media 24 for that opportunity and a very creative way of supporting us. So thanks for that. Stop Hunger Now, as Annalise said, we feed preschool kids. Preschool kids are a real game changer to feed. I always say you feed from when the kids are eating their first food to when the teeth fall out, because your teeth fall out because your head's growing, and your head's growing because your brain's growing, and it's just such an important time to feed. 90% of your brain growth happens before you're 6 years old. So what we do is we produce a meal. It's a fully complete meal with rice, soya, soup mix, and 23 vitamins and minerals.
It's all in that bag.
And it's all in that bag. A bag of this feeds 6 to 8 kids.
Wow.
And it's produced for R2.75 a meal. And that's the way we keep it to that cost is we have volunteers pack the meals. Often corporate teams come together and they pack it, as well as we have volunteers involved in distribution. So it's a big volunteer organization with a small staff feeding around 9,000 children throughout South Africa at around 250 preschools.
What a great initiative. Now, have you gone and seen the children?
That's my next goal.
Is that your next goal?
And the team, every time we kind of have a meeting about it, it's like, when are we going, when are we going?
Yeah.
So that's what we really want to do, and we will do it, definitely, So, you know, it's $2.75, you know, when, you know, our online consumers, you know, they go out and eat at all those fabulous restaurants, 4,000 around the country, you know, nearly 5 that are listed on the website. You know, every time they just go and eat, put a review up there, which is also great for the whole Eating Out community to see other people's kind of recommendations, the real ones. And then you feed a child, which, you know, just by writing a review, that's what Eat Out does, obviously, is pledges that money.
Wow, that's great. Now, David, tell me about these kids that we're feeding when we write reviews on Eat Out.
We look at very much the poorest of the poor, kids who are in very informal preschools who don't often meet all the requirements that require them to be registered and get government funding. So these schools, we don't only just hand out meals to the creche. Each creche has to undergo a development plan. Very few people, kids in South Africa are starving. The major issue is malnutrition. So people are going to save a little bit of money they would have spent on maybe just pap, that's maybe all the kids are eating, or dry bread. But that money that they save, we ask them to develop the creche, and we do it through a number of ways. Firstly, looking at things like health and safety, getting a fire extinguisher in, getting the basics, getting tables and chairs. We kind of take it for granted, but a lot of the times when we start with a creche, they're sitting on the floor. And they can now save money and buy a table and a chair, enough for each kid.